Welcome to Mind the Business Radio, the radio show that helps you grow your business. And now, here's Suzanne, Darwin, and Ernie. All right, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Mind the Business Radio. I'm Darwin.
I'm Ernie.
And I'm Suzanne. Thank you for listening.
We are so glad to have you here with us. And we also want to let you know that right now we have our brand new website is up. If you'd like to go there, it is www.mtbradio.net. That's mtbradio.net. Our old address will still go there too, but we're just kind of spicing things up a little bit. And today we have...
speaking of spicy.
Yes, spicy. Spicy lady, speak to me.
I was just so excited because these folks, we've been trying to get a hold of them for a long time.
Oh, yeah, Ernie's been
And,
working.
they've just slipped out of our grasp for so many times, but finally they're here.
I know. And I think it was one of those things that they were Instagramming or something, and Ernie popped up, as he does. Ernie pops up on everybody's Instagram and Facebook. But Chip, I saw it, and it was pretty funny. I liked it, and so we reconnected, and they're here, and we just love having you here. This is so cool. And Ernie, why don't you tell everybody a little bit about Chip and Kim?
Okay, if you've been following The Amazing Race through all these years, you will know who our guests are, Chip and Kim McAllister. They are the Season 5 winners of the CBS Emmy Award-winning television show, The Amazing Race. They remain the oldest team to ever win the show. Chip and Kim have been together for 40 years. They were married for 33. They are the parents of 3 beloved adults, Elon, CJ, and Kristen. They are Orange County Realtors who were voted 2018's favorite realtors in Orange County by Locale magazine. They have recently been selected by the Orange County Board of Realtors to participate in the coveted Leadership Academy, which grooms promising realtors to add value to their community. So, Chip and Kim, welcome to the show. We go back, about 10 years?
Yeah, right about at least that.
Yeah. Boy, you two are a fun couple, so that we're happy to have you on the show.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that race you guys went on.
Yes. So, it takes a lot of things to win that show, and you won it, and you mentioned that you used some business techniques to win that race.
Right. Yeah, we definitely, because Kim and I actually chose to spend every moment of the day, virtually every moment, in 1992. I was in corporate America, and I worked for Canon, Texaco, US West. I was an information technology consultant, a dynamic database application developer, a real techie guy. But I also have interpersonal skills, so they used to call me the Rubik's Cube. I would be able to break down the technical to the executives. But in 92, Kim and I said we didn't want to wait until we got to be, old in age, and realized that we either missed each other or didn't spend enough time. So she quit her job. She was a pharmaceutical sales rep, and I got out of corporate America. And in 1992, we started our first business, which was Reliable Legal. Right. It was a firm where we prepared like bankruptcies and uncontested divorce paperwork for people.
Okay.
And so that's how we learned how to be entrepreneurs. And we actually employed some of those techniques and tactics on the race in order to win. And two specifically are, we knew that we were racing against younger people, and the object of the race is in 13 legs. You have 13 legs in the race, and the person who comes in last at each leg will be eliminated. But see, all of the other people, what they wanted to do is come in first. And since we were the oldest, we were racing against 20-year-old people, and we were in our 40s. We decided to instead of trying to win every leg, we, as being winners, this isn't defeatist, but we decided not to try to win, but just try not to come in last, just expend just that much energy. And then at the very end, we had all of our energy left. They were pretty much depleted of energy.
So basically, until that last leg, you were just trying to stay in the game.
Yeah.
Right. And Ernie, what our life is based on is we smell the roses even in life. We don't let stress get us down. We don't dwell in it. So we were like having lunch with people in the midst of the race. We'd see other teams run past us.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, really.
I like that idea.
Yeah.
Have fun.
We had no idea we were going to win.
So you were just enjoying the moment.
Right. Yeah, that's what we believe. Life is too short. Even now, as we endeavor to do well in business, nothing's more important than us enjoying the journey.
Yeah, so you're sitting there having lunch, and you're watching all these stressed out contestants run
and
by.
A camel walks by, or a rhinoceros, something, and you're like, hey, look where we are.
And they're probably riding on a, like Suzanne said, probably riding on a camel, looking at you going, what the heck? They're sitting in there having tea or wine or having lunch.
That's a winning business technique.
That was so important to us because basically the one thing that we did learn from it is that everyone really basically has the same goal in mind.
Okay.
Here we are thousands of miles away, but these people, what they want to do is have a happy, wonderful life. They want to raise their children, be able to take care of them, feed them. They want to do the same thing as we do over here in America. Mm-hmm. And if it weren't for some wonderful, wonderful people who helped Chip and I, there is no way we would have crossed that finish line and won that $1 million. I mean, we had so many people who we called our angels, because they were there to just really help us get through it. Because you have to remember, think about it. Chip and I were in Russia. Do you think we could understand anything? There was such a communication gap over in those different countries. But, just a certain look, a certain whisper, you start understanding people. And it was just amazing. That's all I could say. I mean, just that whole experience, we will never forget it.
I'm so happy to hear that. As my grandma would say, we all smile and wave in the same language. So, we can understand that.
So, because, there's a lot of teamwork involved, and even with the strangers that you meet along the way.
Right. Oh, yeah. Yeah, like Kim said, we call them our angels because there were people who were there for us, like she alluded to being in Russia. When we go to places like Mexico and Spanish-speaking places, even though I speak no Spanish, I can get away with it. It's kind of close. But in Russia, we were trying to find a train, and we went up to the people and we were saying, choo choo, choo choo, choo choo. They started running because when is the last time a train made it sound like choo choo? They're like, look at these crazy weird looking people. So,
look at these Americans.
You're being followed by the KGB.
Right. Choo choo.
Well, it sounds like you were using the old tortoise and hare philosophy of winning the race.
100%. That's the thing. And we learned so much because actually the only reason we went on the race is because a business partner of ours cheated us out of a multi-million-dollar business, and we were in foreclosure and bankruptcy at the time.
Oh my gosh!
And Kim and I, it was one of the most terrible times in our lives.
Wow, you didn't let it show.
We would have been too busy. to go on our favorite show.
Wow.
So when we went on the show, we did not go on there to actually win. We just wanted to have some positive time being on our favorite TV show. And actually, we are people of faith. And the Lord showed us that we're going to get on the show and that we are going to have tremendous favor in our lives. He never even showed us at all that we were going to win. So we went on that show just to enjoy ourselves, but it taught us so much more about life. So that's how we conduct our whole business and our business lives, is we have to enjoy ourselves because we believe it's the destination, it's the journey, not the destination.
Absolutely.
Because why would you spend your whole life toiling and being mad at people and cursing people out and then bossing people around, and then ultimately one day you become a billionaire, but left in tow is a bunch of messed up relationships? I'd rather be not so rich, being happy until I get rich, being happy the whole way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but
Amen.
You know what? Money doesn't buy you happiness.
No.
Right. But people, so why not be happy now? And then when the money comes, you'll even be happier.
Yeah.
Well, exactly. Yeah.
We could do a whole show on just that sentence, couldn't we?
Yeah. I think we're going to have you back. No, you guys are.
Chip and Kim tell you everything they need to know about happiness. There you
happiness.
go.
Yeah, but isn't that what it's all about? I mean, if you're not doing your passion or you're not following what you love to do and you're miserable and you have money, who cares? That's because having the money isn't going to make you happy. It's just doing what you love to do.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. And if you really watch that show, you will see that probably between 80 to 90% of everybody on that show is completely stressed out. You know, it's not a happy feeling. But then, too, I will tell you, remember, you're not eating for days. You're not sleeping for days. So it's just so much, you know, that you have to pull from within to just get through that. And you know, luckily Chip and I had each other, and we, you know, learned, you know, from spending so much time with each other, you know, the 23 hours out of every single day together. I mean, we're joined at the hip. So we were there to calm each other down. I mean, it just helped so much.
But you guys have been together a long time. I like that. You've learned to live with each other. You've been married a long time, and you got a nice family. So you already, I think, had a bonus. You had extra strength that those younger people may not have had.
Right. That's so true.
Yeah.
And I have to tell you, we watched that.
Yes, we do.
Particular season, and even though I didn't know you folks, and I hadn't met you till today, I was rooting for you.
Yeah,
we were praying for you because
yes, we were.
I always pick some team that I fall in love with, and you guys were the team that I fell in love with that season. And you know, we were rooting for you guys.
Yeah.
But Ernie and I were thinking about doing the Amazing Race.
Yeah, except
wow.
I want to last more than one day there.
Right. Hey, that's a goal, Ernie.
That's a goal. That's a goal, Ernie. You can do it. Well, you know what? I understand, Ernie. You'll probably get worn out after the first day, but you know what? I can help you along and carry you if I needed to.
And he really wants that luxury suite to stay in. Yeah.
Anyway, everybody, we got to take a quick break.
Is it time for a break? Sorry.
Time for a break. You're listening to Mind the Business Radio. I'm Darwin.
I'm Ernie.
And I'm Suzanne.
And we're going to be right back right after this.
Does your business sell products or send data to customers in Europe? Do customers from the European Union stay at your hotel or bed and breakfast? If you answered yes, then a new international law applies to you. It's called GDPR, and it could potentially bankrupt your business if you choose to ignore it. To find out more about GDPR, go to www.mindthebusinessradio.com and click on the GDPR Turbo Pack link.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Mind the Business. We took a quick break.
Yes, we did.
And we are talking to Chip and Kim McAllister. They are the Season 5 winners of The Amazing Race on CBS. And we were talking about how they use some of their business techniques and their strategy for winning The Amazing Race, which was being the hare in the rabbit and the hare race.
Exactly, yeah. It probably took a lot of attitude, positive attitude, to get through some of that tough, some of those legs in that race. And you guys had a winning attitude. So can you talk to us about a winning attitude as everything?
Right. Definitely. It's pretty much what we base our lives on is we fight. You fight for things you believe in. You cheer for things you believe in. Like, I'm a huge Los Angeles Lakers fan, man, and I cheer for my LeBron James. My Los Angeles Lakers, and I'm just so excited about things I really believe in, and I believe in joy and happiness, fairness, truth. I believe in those things, so I say, why not fight for them? So the thing that Kim and I do is we try to be iron that sharpens iron, so we keep each other up. Kim will never let me get into, a dark place, or we don't dwell on negativity. As a matter of fact, I call it the circuit breaker. My circuit breaks when I'm going down, like even starting to broach the path of going negative, and I immediately fight for my happiness. I say, well, I ask questions like, what could I do right now such that if I do this thing, it would make everything better right now? And I sometimes I'm just quiet and I won't speak, but the positive attitude is what Kim and I fight for, and we are edifiers. We believe that what makes us happy is not just being with ourselves, it's to be with other people and to edify, encourage, and uplift them to realize also that they can live their lives without limitations.
So how do you maintain that, especially, that race has so many challenges, not only, physically and also does it also have an effect on your relationship with your partner?
Well, yes, The Amazing Race, they have something that's been coined from the race. It's called killer fatigue. Kim pretty much alluded to it earlier, but killer fatigue is when you don't eat for like 2 days, and you go from leg to leg. I actually lost 26 pounds in the six-week span.
I was going to ask, did you lose weight? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, my God. It's
not bragging, because how much weight did I only lose?
How much did you lose?
Susan, you would be so upset. I only lost 6 pounds.
That's because we hold on to it, honey.
Right, and I lost 26. But the thing is it's so I think it makes for better TV if they make certain that you, because if you really think about it, how much effort is a person going to put out in order to win $1 million?
A lot.
Yeah.
You're gonna give it all, man. Racing around the world, and so when those times got really rough, I'll say the only thing Kim and I really did to prepare is we kind of walked and trained physically, but other things we did was we gave up things like coffee, because us coffee drinkers, if you don't drink coffee for a day,
you go into
2 days together, feels like a mallet hit you upside the head. So we did a couple of smart things in order to be able to get up in the morning, because those 25-year-olds, they didn't know how to get out of that bed early in the morning like us older folks. So we used every edge we could, like people do in business. You use the edge that you have, that you innately have.
How smart were you?
I
want to know. I'm just going to ask, and you don't have to answer this, but did y'all get tired of wearing the same underwear?
Wait, here, listen to Kim.
You have no idea. You know, after a while, you just say, look, nobody else is taking showers or baths for 2 and 3 days. So guess what? Everybody just had to go with the funk. I mean, it is what it is. And you become like brothers and sisters because where you sleep, I mean, because remember, we were sleeping outside. Sometimes we were sleeping in tents. We're all together. I mean, just face it. You have the cameras on you. You have the mic on you. You really don't even think about it after a while. So, I mean, we're all, you know, changing in our clothes, everybody in front of each other. It just doesn't matter after a while. Yeah. You have to go to the restroom. Guess what? That mic still has to stay on you.
Absolutely.
You know, because they want to make sure that you're not, you know, doing anything that they shouldn't hear about. It used to.
Well, I think Kim's going a little too deep. But one interesting thing was, speaking of funk, we had this task where I had to carry a side of beef, which weighed about 45 pounds. And that doesn't sound too heavy. But it was 104 degrees outside.
Oh,
and I was carrying the beef. And all of a sudden, I'm holding it out in front of me. And then it got a little heavy. So then I kind of let it touch my chest. And then it got a little heavy and hot. Before about 15 minutes were up, I had the doggone side of beef on my head, tearing it, blood dripping everywhere. But you guys, Susan, think about the funk. We had to get on an airplane and travel 9 hours next to people with beef blood on me. Well, the smell was killing me. So
people are going, look at those stinky Americans.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, my God. Beef blood, man.
Beef blood. Old, dried, stinky beef blood.
Every fly in the world was after you. Yep.
Right. How come these flies are in the airplane? Yeah, exactly.
See, that's where that word amazing comes in for the amazing race, because you're going to do stuff you never thought you'd be able to.
That's great stuff.
You know, I love the positivity. I love the fact that you guys can laugh about it now, but I'm pretty sure when you smelled like a beef barn, it wasn't pleasant, right?
We weren't too romantic right there now.
I don't doubt it.
Yeah, there probably wasn't a lot of closeness going on.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
All right, we got to take another break.
Is it time for another break?
Yeah, it's time for another break. I know, bummer. We'll be right back. You're listening to Mind of Business Radio, and I'm Darwin Strong.
I'm Ernie Costello.
I'm Suzanne Strong.
And we'll be right back right after this.
Right after this. Looking for a great gift? Want to personalize your phone or electronic device? Or simply want to decorate your home? Jaybird Designs is a photographic design company offering beautiful images that can be printed on almost anything. Take a look at www.zazzle.com/jaybbirddesigns. That's www.zazzle.com/Jaybird Designs. Welcome back, everybody, to another edition of Mind the Business. I'm Suzanne.
I'm Darwin.
And I'm Ernie.
And today we are having the best time. We are talking to two of the most fun people I think we've ever interviewed, Chip and Kim McAllister, who have been everywhere, kind of like that Johnny Cash song, I've Been Everywhere. They won the Amazing Race. They won a bunch of money, but you know, they had to really suffer to get it. We were talking about all the little dirty secrets, including dirty underwear and not being able to take a shower and wearing that microphone day and night. And
sounds like a day working with Ernie.
Sounds like our life. And I'm supposed to ask you kids about the prioritized singleness of focus, but that sounds boring compared to what you've been through. But I suppose it applies. I suppose you two have had that power for years because you've been together a long time and you've been through lots of things. And you told me that you went on this race because the money wasn't coming in, and all of a sudden you had a crisis. So, like most Americans, what do you do when you have a crisis? You go on a trip, right?
On someone else's
on
dime.
someone else's dime.
On someone else's dime, yeah.
You know,
Why
I'm
yours?
going to forget my problems.
Right, that is so true.
No, but it took a lot of focus
Yeah.
for you guys to win, to race all those days. How many days does it take to go all around the world?
6 weeks.
6 weeks. Okay. And then 6 weeks, folks, without showers or toothpaste or running water, probably. And I know on The Amazing Race you have to eat something awful, like bugs or something. What did you guys have to eat?
Well, I had to eat the most terrible thing was an ostrich egg, and that is equivalent to 18 to 24 chicken eggs.
Oh,
But that's
no.
not the bad part. That's not the bad part.
really?
Here's the bad part.
It was raw.
I hate burnt food. I loathe it. And I was cooking it myself, and they didn't have any oil, and I burnt it.
Oh,
So I
Oh
had
no!
18 burnt eggs with flies all around in Africa, and that was the worst. And then I also had to eat a liter. Ernie, just picture a liter.
Uh-huh.
A liter. I had to eat a liter of caviar.
Ooh.
Oh.
But it was the weird thing about it is when Kim and I arrived at the caviar task, there were two other little girl contestants, and they were slumped over a table saying, "Thank God you finally got here, Chip. Now we can tell these producers that it's humanly impossible for anybody to eat this much caviar."
Yeah, it is.
And I looked at them, and I reflected back to when I was a little boy, and my mother used to try to make me eat things like Brussels sprouts, and I had Kool-Aid next to me, and what I would do to make my mom mad is I would just stuff all the Brussels sprouts in my mouth and wash it down with Kool-Aid.
Swallow it whole,
And
right?
she would get mad at me and say, "Boy, you ate that so fast you didn't even get the nutrients." But they happen to have some fruit punch right next to us when I was eating the caviar. So I went gulp and then spoon, gulp, spoon. I was out of there in 15 minutes, baby.
Yay.
And those girls were, "What the heck?" It took them 2.5 hours.
Hours.
Because
Yeah, the saline poisoning, I guess, from all the salt.
Oh.
But see, Chip talks about how hard it was for them, but no, it was harder for the other partner who had to sit up and watch them, because guess what? There were buckets sitting right next to everybody's table.
Okay.
And everybody was, you know what? They had to.
Well,
barf.
everybody was but me.
Yeah, they were barfing that stuff up, so I had to stand up there looking and smelling all that.
So you guys here look, now, so because Kim and I tease each other, we tease each other a lot. So here, get this, guys. Kim says she got the rawest end of the deal between she and I. Because
I don't know.
I had to eat it, but she had to watch it. She said, "Susan, Kim, come on, whose side are you?" She actually argues with me, saying, "I had to watch you eat it." Come on now.
Now,
Okay, Chip, have you ever had caviar since then?
yeah. Do you eat caviar now?
Heck no, right?
Now, see, this is some crazy stuff. You know what? That was one bad night. I never have been like a caviar lover, but I love sushi, and when they put it on my, California rolls or whatever,
You're okay with it, yeah.
So,
So
Wow, what a story that was.
so in the Amazing Race, there's you'll see a pair that have one of their biggest fears right facing in front of them, and they have to overcome that.
Yeah.
Was there something in that race where you had to face your biggest fears?
Well, let me tell you this. Here's the way that goes, and you'll appreciate it. Okay. I had this one task in New Zealand where I had to go up what's equivalent to a helicopter ladder of a 150 feet, and I was much heavier at that time, and for me to get up that helicopter ladder, I didn't use my legs like I was supposed to. I was using my arms. So by the time I got to the top, I could barely move. I was so enervated. It took all of my strength. So we had to walk across this beam. And they told me, Chip, if you fall off the beam, you won't be disqualified, but you just have to go up the ladder again. And so I said, I'm going as slow as possible.
I'm
so
not doing
with
that
me
again.
going as slow as possible, people thought I was scared of heights. And I'm as scared as anybody else, but it's not one of my fears. So anyway, we go to, after the show, we get invited all over the world to speak, and I was in Canada. And this one girl flew, I forgot the actual cities, but she flew like from New York to Los Angeles, but like so from Vancouver to wherever, to where Edmonton. And she came, and these people came and introduced her and said, she flew all the way here. She used her own money because of your fear that you conquered of heights on the Amazing Race. She was able to conquer her fear. And there were about 1,000 people there. And they said, Chip, thank you for conquering your fear. And I just went, yes, my fear was conquered. Thank you.
Good for you. Yeah. Be the hero in the room. Yeah.
Sometimes you just got to go with it, right?
Like, wouldn't that have been terrible of me if I told the little girl, you flew out here for nothing. I wasn't scared of no height. I just didn't want to do it again.
That would have crushed her.
Hey, Kim, how about you?
I know.
Kim,
Yeah.
how
about your fear, hon?
Kim, how about your fear?
Well, mine. Well, just think. I grew up in South Central L.A.
Okay.
And see, I think about my hair, and I don't like to get my hair wet for one. So I'm not what you call a swimmer. I can't swim. We had a task in New Zealand where I had to actually go down a waterfall and through these grade 5 rapids. Yeah, it's called sledging, if you guys are familiar with that.
Yeah.
Okay, and the fact that I can't swim, I mean, but I will tell you that really it didn't even cross my mind because I knew at that point I had to do it because the only other challenge, it was the cross between, I mean, I had a choice between either doing that or we had to go dig in some 104-degree mud trying to find the clue. So you know I wasn't going to put my body in some hot old mud. So that was the choice. But it was awesome for me. I mean, I'm so happy I did it now looking back on it. But, I will tell you that I probably have been in a pool only once since that time.
Hey, but
She was awesome. She was awesome.
Yeah, but you got a chance to get clean.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have gone for the water
right.
rather than the mud. Yeah, no, I'm a girl too, so okay, not the mud.
You know what though? I mean,
Yeah,
they talk about the singleness of focus. I mean, eating the caviar and sledging, and I mean, you really have to focus on that to do it, even if that's something you didn't want to do, and you went through it.
Right. Well, but for Kim though, that is very huge that she really cannot swim. I mean, we own a swimming pool of our own for 14 years in Coto de Casa. She got in the pool twice. But then for her to go out and do that, that's just what kind of a trooper she is.
Yeah.
You know, when we have a goal, you know, so that meant a lot.
Yeah,
you know?
well, it's better than going into the mud and then they say, okay, you have to take a train.
Yeah, you have to take a train.
Right. Oh, yeah.
So now you're covered in beef blood and mud. So yeah.
But guess what's so funny? They know how prissy Kim is. So these twin girls who were in the mud, we'll never forget this. They even said, oh, I know Kim's not doing the test. This test,
doesn't like
Kim
it.
would be like, oh, hell no.
She knows what she doesn't want. I like that.
I love
Right.
you guys.
Decisiveness.
Oh, man. All right. Okay. Well, guess
Are
what?
we out of time again?
We're out of time again.
We'll be right
Tom,
back.
Yeah,
back.
you're listening to Mind the Business. But before we go, I wanted to let everybody know that it does take a little bit of money for us to run our show, Mind the Business. We've been on the air for 5 years. And, we have now instituted a donate button on our website. So if you would like to help us out, pay some of the costs to keep the show going, just go to our donate button and give, help out a little bit and be a part of this great radio show, Mind the Business. We'll be right back right after this.
Does your business sell products or send data to customers in Europe? Do customers from the European Union stay at your hotel or bed and breakfast? If you answered yes, then a new international law applies to you. It's called GDPR, and it could potentially bankrupt your business if you choose to ignore it. To find out more about GDPR, go to www.mindthebusinessradio.com and click on the GDPR Turbo Pack link.
All right, everybody, welcome back to Mind the Business. We were having a fun little talk.
We're having too much fun.
We're having too much fun. Yeah, we were telling stories during the break and stuff. And this is just a really unbelievable honor and such a cool thing to have Chip and Kim McAllister here on the show. And you guys are inspirational, and you won the Amazing Race, but I think you've won more than that. You've won our hearts and hopefully the hearts of our listeners. So thank you very much on that.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
I wanted to talk to you a little bit about the mindset management. And what is that exactly?
Well, you know what's so funny?
Yes, well,
Kim is looking at me like, she's like, thank you. What the heck does Chip write book? I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God. No.
Let him take it away.
Yeah, you answer that one, not me.
Go ahead and enlighten us on mindset management. all four of us.
Yes, please. We need
what
help.
does that mean?
No.
We need help even on this side.
Right. No, that is a very sophisticated way to.
Very sophisticated.
No, actually, my mindset management is just what is the priority? Like when you go into work, what's your mindset? And then always, of course, you guys, you can probably tell by speaking with us now, is going to always default to being positive and enjoying yourself and fighting for your joy. But then again, with mindset management, it could even be when I'm at the club, working out with my people. Mindset management. We want to always be thinking about the maximum enjoyment. Mm-hmm. And then also with mindset management, as far as I'm concerned, is focus on the smallest positive things and accentuate them. And in saying that, it's if I take focus off of the negative things and give them less attention and less value in my life. So it's pretty much making certain that I'm getting the big things done that need to be taken care of. That's one aspect of it. And the other side of it is keeping positivity, growth, win-win situations abounding in my life. Because what I learned from some you learn tidbits all over your life, and I keep the great ones. And it's pretty much the way to get anything you want in life is to enable others to get what they want in life. And so all we want to be is edifiers, encouragers, and just try to be positive. But I actually really believe this stuff instead of just saying it. So I'm a blessed man everywhere Kim and I go, to our church, to our club, to when we go into Los Angeles where I grew up, to my high school reunions, to my real estate meetings, to clients' homes, on Facebook. We're received well, and I used to be ashamed to say I'm a likable guy, but I am a likable guy because I know the reason for that is because I genuinely love people. I genuinely want their best. I genuinely hate to see somebody not living their life to their full potential.
Gosh, it just doesn't show, Chip. You are just, I think you could make a root canal fun. You two are fun people.
Well, having that mindset is so true because, a lot of people that go to work, their mindset is 5 o'clock.
You're right, Ernie.
Yeah. And so they're miserable for the next 8 or 9 hours.
Except for lunch. They're having fun at lunch, and then they go back to
Well, I can tell you right now that I know that the three of us and love what we do. We love being here in front of the microphones. This is our passion. And we agree with you. I think we all are mentors in a way.
Right.
And we're all here to help one another, and we can get a lot more done together than we can apart.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely. Okay, so now I know what mindset management means. I'm happy now.
Right.
We were confused.
So, and that is about as serious as I'm going to get the rest of the show.
Yeah, because this is a fun show.
Yeah.
So, Kim, we got it now, right? Mindset management?
Do we have that?
We got it.
Okay.
We got it. Okay.
Yeah, wait, Kim, while you guys were talking, Kim whispered to me. She said, "Yeah, that's what I was going to say anyway."
Oh,
Okay, yeah.
You got to know who's the boss.
Yeah,
and who knows what's going on.
Yeah, that's right. It's always nice to marry somebody smarter than you, isn't it, Chip?
Well, of course. My baby. Wait, she always teases because she graduated from UCLA when she was supposed to, in 4 years.
Yeah.
I call myself the oldest living graduate. I graduated at 38 years old from Azusa Pacific. And Kim's biggest kick is when somebody says, UCLA comes up and, Kim, and then when I say Azusa Pacific, and if you're not from Southern California, you never heard of Azusa Pacific.
Yes.
Kim just gets the biggest kick out of that. But I always put her in her place by letting her know that I went to a private school. You went to a public school.
Oh my gosh.
So Azusa Pacific, that's somewhere between Azusa and Rialto, right?
Yeah.
I think I know where it is, yeah.
Yeah, wait.
Or Fontana.
It's by Glendora.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. But at least you finished, Chip. I'm proud of you for finishing.
That's all right.
Oh, yeah.
That's all right, Chip. I was in my late 30s before I graduated.
From high school, right?
Wow.
Yeah, knock it off.
Wasn't that the best? Oh, from high school.
Yeah, from high school. Yeah, they actually had a ceremony.
The motivation for me getting my college degree was we were wanting our kids to do well in school. And my middle son, we're talking, and then he kind of finds. He said, "So, Mommy, she graduated from UCLA. Daddy, did you get?" And I went, "No, son. I've been to like a lot of college. I never graduated." And then he looked me in the face. He said, "Dad, does that mean Mommy's in a higher grade than you?"
Absolutely.
Wait. Oh, my God. After that, I said, okay, I'm going to stop goofing around. I'm going to finish college. No, wait. He's figuring stuff out.
Yeah, he's figuring it out now. Yeah.
Kids are smarter than us, aren't they?
Right.
Yeah. You were just looking for the right one. You were testing them all out. Huh?
Yeah, you were just waiting for the right college.
I got to find the right one to graduate from. Yeah.
No. I've seriously been attended at least one class in every college or junior college in Southern California for real, man. Oh my
Oh,
God! I
man.
was searching for my way.
At least you were persistent. I like that.
At least you were persistent.
Yeah, that's that
yeah.
mindset
That's right.
management.
Amen.
Find the
Yeah.
positive in wherever
That's
you
right.
go.
That's mindset management, right?
Amen. All right. Okay, we got to take another break.
Is it time again?
It's that
Oh.
time
Yeah.
again. You're
Oh my
listening
gosh.
to Mind the Business Radio. And again, Ernie, why don't you tell everybody our new website?
Yes, they can listen to this show and previous ones on mtbradio.net.
You got it.
Absolutely.
And yeah, we'd love to have you visit our website. You can actually become a member and give us your email, and we'll send you out update on shows. We're going to be working on a newsletter and all kinds of cool
All kinds
stuff.
of fun things. And
You
I
got
want
it.
to say hi to our friends in Argentina. Thank you for listening, Argentina.
Yes, Argentina. I hope they're having fun listening to this show.
I do too.
All right. We'll be right back right after this.
Looking for a great gift? Want to personalize your phone or electronic device? Or simply want to decorate your home? Jaybird Designs is a photographic design company offering beautiful images that can be printed on almost anything. Take a look at www.zazzle.com/jaybird-designs. That's www.zazzle.com/jaybird-designs.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back from our break on Mind the Business Radio. We've been talking to Chip and Kim McAllister, the season 5 winners of the CBS show, The Amazing Race. And so, the one thing, when Chip, you provided me the bio, you forgot to mention that you played Muhammad Ali as a youngster. When he was known as Cassius Clay.
Right. Yep, that was my first acting gig. Got to travel around the United States with Muhammad Ali for 3 months.
Wow.
It was amazing.
So, but anyway, you two are realtors here in Orange County, California, and so could you tell us a little bit more about your business?
Oh, yeah. Kim and I, we love what we're doing. When we first got together, and we've been together for 40 years now.
Congratulations.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Kim and I have always wanted to be, not Kim and I, I'm sorry, I take that back. Kim has always wanted to be in real estate and to either be a realtor or an investor or something. But being the great wife and helpmate she is, she's always taken my lead and helped me, supported me in all of my endeavors. And I have always steered away from being in sales because I always thought sales represented that schmarmy guy that's always trying to sell somebody something.
Used car guy.
But
huh?
but 3.5 years ago, Kim said, "Babe, it's a burning desire." And I said, "Kim, it's time for me to follow your lead." And we became realtors. And of course, it's not super easy. Things didn't happen right away, but man, in our first year when we started, we sold 2 homes, and then in our second year we sold 3 homes, and then last year we sold 12 homes.
Oh.
And this year, to this point, we've already sold 15.
Wow.
And the thing is that the momentum is just getting stronger and stronger, and it's because of that same adage that I told you before. People are seeing, especially with the advent of social media, people are seeing how we care about them, how we're going to provide excellence. And nobody would say this. If I ask you right now, Susan, what is your criteria? What do you want out of a good realtor? Nobody would say blank, 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 and I want to have fun and enjoy the process.
Mm-hmm.
But
Okay.
everybody really does. And we make it a point that we develop relationships that hopefully our goal is that they last forever. We want to take care of them like their family because we genuinely love people. And people are starting to see that. We're even being recognized by our Orange County Association of Realtors. We were chosen to be in the Leadership Academy, which is a huge deal that I didn't even know about. But now I'm finding out that they are grooming us to even be, in public office or to lead a charitable organization. They see a lot in Kim and me giving back, and we, at this point in our lives, that's what we want to do. We want to have a platform. First, it's to help people with what's probably going to be the biggest purchase or expenditure of money they're ever going to make in their lives. We want to be there for them for that. But then we also love to have a platform where we'll help people, as I said, realize their full potential. So we just love what we do. We're at Coldwell Banker in Laguna Niguel, and our website is easy, just our names, Chip and Kim, chipandkim.com. Email address is either chip@chipandkim.com or kim@chipandkim.com. And our number is 949-558-3080. And anybody who would love to be taken care of in an excellent way, and you could just, the coolest thing is you could search for us to find out all of our testimonials and the great clients we've had just by putting in nothing more than Chip and Kim in Google. You don't even have to put our last name.
Because we don't need it, huh?
So,
the Chip and Kim brand and team, we love working with awesome people.
But you're not limited to California, I understand.
Well, actually, we are not, because with Coldwell Banker, it's the largest brokerage in the world. We already have 2 deals going in Kentucky, and we recently sold a home in Washington, D.C., and the middle of last year, we sold a home in Chicago. So, yeah.
So you get around.
We're able to oversee those from out of town, but we love working with clients.
All right.
Okay.
So I know now why they chose you as the favorite realtors. You guys are fun.
But you did mention something about public office.
Yeah,
so I'm sitting here thinking to myself, Kim McAllister for president.
I'll vote for you.
Yeah, we vote for you, baby.
There you go.
Governor Chip McAllister.
Yeah, Governor Chip McAllister and her Madam President, Kim. I like it.
There you go. I'll take it, man. I believe she can do anything.
Why not?
Kim, baby, I'd vote for you.
Yeah, I would too. Well, you guys, this has been a fun show. Thank you for being on our show and telling us your amazing stories on the amazing race, and then just how to be winners in life, because I think you guys are.
Yeah, you guys.
Oh, thank you so much.
Oh, yeah.
You guys made us feel so warm.
Yeah, Ernie even had to loosen his tie.
Right. There you go. Hey, Ernie.
Yeah.
I put you on the spot once to have me on this show. Now putting you on the spot, I have to meet these 2 wonderful people
we can.
here. Right,
yeah.
Ernie?
Yes.
All right.
I'll call you maybe next week.
Yeah.
Well, maybe we
great.
can meet for coffee.
Yeah, exactly.
Sounds like we're having a date here.
It does.
Okay.
All right.
Hold on a second. Don't hang up yet, because we have to officially end the show.
Yes, we have to officially end the
And
show.
everybody, you've been listening to Mind the Business Radio, the #1 and the best and the most funnest. Can I use the word funnest?
It's not a real word, but I'll let you use it.
Okay, thank you. And the best doggone radio show on the air right now. And I'm Darwin.
I'm Ernie.
And I'm Suzanne.
And we're so glad to have you part of our family. And this was just a wonderful show with Chip and Kim. Thank you so very much. Everybody take care. And guess what? We'll catch you next time. Mind the Business Radio was produced in association with Taylor Pacific Video. Copyright 2018.